Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's Christmassy. As you can see, I've got a brand new chair. Mrs. Professor has bought me this for my Christmas present. Very happy. And OpenAI are having a 12 days of Christmas. We're up to day 7. So here's a review of everything that OpenAI have released in the last 7 days. So I'll put links to all 7 videos down below. But let's jump in and look at what happened on day 1. So here we go with day 1 of OpenAI's 12 days of Christmas. All right, so what did they bring in day 1? And certainly they delivered quite a lot on the first day. So day 1 started with a bang. We got Sam Altman and the 3 people from OpenAI. Don't they look lovely? And don't they look like they are listening to every word that Sam says? I would if I was working there as well. So on day 1, they launched 2 things. They released the full version of O1. So up to now, we've had O1 preview. On day 1 of the 12 days of Christmas, they uploaded the full version of O1. It's faster, it's smarter, and introduces multimodal input, which is very, very cool. Let's have a look at what you get with O1. Okay, so now if you go into ChatGPT, you've got GPT 4.0, the old favorite. You've got O1, which is now not O1 preview, and O1 mini, and then the older models. So let's have a look at O1. Looks pretty normal. Okay, let's start with giving it a prompt. Explain how you are better than your previous O1 preview model. Give me facts and figures. See what we get. See how quick it is, how different. So it's thinking again, very much what we had before. Apparently it's doing less of this when it's not needed. So, but it's doing more of it when it makes a real difference. Below are some data-driven comparisons. On the uniform bar exam, GPT-4 scored in the top 10% of test takers. O1 preview model scored around the bottom 10%. This indicates a substantial improvement in handling reasoning tasks. Does it? More accurate output. GPT-4 is about 40% less likely to produce factually incorrect information than O1 preview. So this is really talking about O1 preview rather than O1. So it hasn't passed the first test. So it compared itself with ChatGPT 4.0 or ChatGPT 4. Actually, I've now put in a new prompt saying, no, I want you to rate O1 against O1 preview. See what we get. It's doing thinking, assessing model differences. There we go. Thought about O1 versus O1 preview for about 9 seconds. Below is what is known publicly about O1 and O1 preview. I think ChatGPT might know about its own system. There appears to be no publicly available benchmark or report comparing O1 and O1 preview. Visual documentation, third-party analysis, user test. Interesting. So I think this is because, so if we look here, actually it's not able to do search. Let's try GPT 4.0 where we do have search. Okay, so I've gone into GPT 4.0 and said, give me the differences between O1 preview and O1. And I've said it can do web search. So let's see. So O1 doesn't have web search in it as yet. So let's see if ChatGPT 4.0, the old favorite, is able to give us a much better result because it can search the web. So it was released in December 24. Yeah, builds on the earlier O1 preview model. Aha, we're getting there. Very interesting how with all of this technology, it wasn't able to say, oh, this is something that would be better for 4.0 to do. I'll go off and do it and bring it back in. You think it might do. O1 demonstrates improved reasoning abilities over O1 preview, higher accuracy in complex tasks, error reduction rates, speed, its response time is faster than O1 preview, optimizes computational resources more effectively, balancing performance and efficiency. So as I said earlier, what it does is where it needs more compute, it gives it more compute. Where it doesn't, it takes it away. So it's more efficient in its use of time. So like in O1 preview, if you said hello to it, it will then wait 5 seconds while it thought about giving you a response. It doesn't need to. It can just give you a quick response to that. Policy adherence. O1 exhibits better compliance with safety protocols. That's good. Reducing the likelihood of generating inappropriate content. Great. Model includes mechanisms to evaluate and adjust its outputs, enhancing reliability. Subscription tiers. O1 is accessible through various ChatGPT subscriptions, including the Pro tier. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, offering advanced features. Cool. And we've even got some references. That's O1 preview gone. We now have O1. Fantastic. Let's play with that. And actually, as we saw, I still think, and this is something that I've that's I think become evident to me over the last 6 months, that while it's great to have the latest technology and it's great to see it really making that leap forward, actually for most tasks, the sort of base system is perfectly acceptable and actually offers, because it's been around for longer, it offers more features that actually it can be much more effective than using the very latest the very latest model. The next thing they launched was Pro Mode. Let's have a look at that. So getting your normal basic ChatGPT costs you about $20 a month. I've been paying my $20 a month for, a year, 6 months, a year. And you get loads of stuff with that. But now they have Pro Mode, which is $200 a month, 10 times the cost of the normal Plus mode. And what do you get? So you get everything in Plus. You get unlimited access to O1, O1 Mini, and GPT-4o. So there's still some limits on the Plus model, but I think I'm quite a heavy user. I use it every day. I use it for multiple things. I have API access to it, and I've not hit the ceiling on the Plus model. So I don't feel like I need to spend $200 a month. You get unlimited access to advanced voice, and we're going to see voice a bit later on because that is actually launched, I think, on day 7. And then you get access to O1 Pro Mode, which uses much more compute to give you the best answers to the hardest questions. Now, OpenAI talked about this being for those users that are absolutely pushing the edges of the AI technology. So not me. And you get extended access to Sora video generation. So you get more uploads of the video generation. So if you've looked at this video up above, you'll know that even if I paid my $200, I wouldn't be able to have access to Sora because I am in the UK. And the UK and Europe are currently excluded from the use of Sora. Not good enough. I'll stop. I won't go on with that. There's enough ranting in that video. So that was day 1. Okay, here we are in day 2. And day 2, not quite as exciting as day 1. So they unveiled what they called a developer's dream, that O1 is now available as part of an API. And certainly if you're a researcher, and I think this guy on my right is a researcher, and you're doing some really challenging things with O1, then having the ability to draw it down as an API, really cool. How much use is that for the general user? Not so much, I don't think. Certainly, if I'm using Make, etc., to create automations, I'm quite happy with 4o. In fact, for quite a lot of things, I'm happy with Claude and Perplexity, all of which are much cheaper and easier to use. And if you really want cheap, Llama, pennies, and it's really good. So would I really want the O1 as an API? Not quite yet. Maybe if I was doing something really complex. Oh, and while they were launching it, it's actually not available yet, and we don't know quite when it is going to be available, but hey ho. Now, day 3 was a big day. Day 3 was the launch of Sora, as in OpenAI's world, and we get Sam back on day 3, so he wasn't wasn't so bothered about doing the API launch on day 2, but day 3 is there, because day 3 was Sora, and Sora is a text to video tool that is just really cool. And there are hundreds of videos out on YouTube talking about Sora, with people having had a go at it. They paid their $200 to go pro so that they could have unlimited goes and it would go quickly. And they've produced some incredible videos. You can see some of them here. It's really cool, but it's not available in Europe or the UK. And that's really annoying. It's not available in Europe and UK because of GDPR and data problems. And I think I think it's just OpenAI saying, look, we're struggling to give you the information you need so we can be compliant, so we're not going to launch it. Now, I've done a whole video on this. It's a short video, and I'll put it up, and I'll put it up here, and I'll put it down below, because this is just unacceptable. It is unacceptable that us in the UK and Europe, we're not even in Europe anymore, but us in the UK and Europe, because of our regulations, are not getting access to the latest technology. Now, at the moment, it's Sora. So it's a text to video editing, text to video tool. It's very cool, and I want to play with it, but I haven't got access. But that's just that. What happens if some of the next big AI releases come out and we can't get that in Europe and in the UK either? That just won't be good enough. We'll get left behind. Our economies will start dragging. We just haven't got time to be messing around, not having access to the latest technology. And this is available all over the world, everywhere except for Europe and the UK. It needs sorting, and it needs sorting now. It's exercising me. It's annoying me still. Let's get on to day 4. Less annoying. Day 4, no Sam Altman, but I think day 4 is a really good day because Canvas just got an upgrade. So it's now available to everyone, and you can run Python scripts directly within Canvas. Plus, you can connect Canvas to your custom GPTs. So it's, as you know, I love Canvas. I think it's a really powerful tool, and I'm pleased that it's been expanded. And I think that this sort of advancement, for me, is much more important than having the very latest model or an API of the very latest model. Having better access to Canvas and being able to use it in more use cases, really good. So now, other than, if you remember, what you used to have was ChatGPT 4.0 with Canvas. Well, that's all gone. 01, never had it. The other models, so you don't have to do that anymore. Now, what they've done is added this view tools. And so you can add in picture, search, reasoning. So it uses the 01 model and Canvas. You just press that, and then it will start using Canvas. You can use that in all the different models. I think you can use it in 01. Yeah, so you can use 01 with Canvas as well. And you can use it in your GPTs. So if we go into Desert Rose, remember that one, and into the settings, my GPTs. So if you go into your GPTs, delete, edit GPT, remember I created this Desert Rose 1. You go into configure, and at the bottom now, web search, Canvas, code interpreter. So you can click on Canvas, and now your custom GPT will use Canvas. Really cool. Real. So these things are not massive leaps forward in the technology, but as we've seen over the past few months, just these integrations into the user experience make an enormous difference, whether it's GPT search, whether it's Canvas, whether it's Notebook LM. These are really just user interfaces, and these better user interfaces are really opening up the opportunities to make better use of AI. So I'm a big fan of it. So day 4, thumbs up. Okay, we're on to day 5 now. We've got Sam back, and they've got some very dodgy Christmas jumpers. There we go. You can see him. Got some very dodgy Christmas jumpers on. Tree Rex. So throughout this week, there has been some pretty bad jokes. Now, they call them sort of dad jokes, but they're more sort of internal AI jokes, and they're a bit rubbish. The other thing I would notice is that I quite like the way this is presented. It's very unpolished. It's quite a few of the people feel a bit uncomfortable in the video, and they're clearly technicians, not entertainers. And even Sam is very sort of on the down low. He doesn't. He's not got a load of sort of ebullient personality, but I quite like that. I think it's quite cute, and it's sort of with the sort of feeling of the AI technology. Anyway, let's get to day 5. And day 5 is really about iOS, so about Apple integrations. And clearly, everyone in OpenAI uses Apple, because if you go back and look at all of the laptops that have been on the presentations, they're all full of Apple Apple computers. I don't use Apple, so I don't really give a toss about Apple integration. But I guess if you are an Apple user and you want to tie ChatGPT into Siri, etc., if on a MacBook, that sort of stuff, and that wasn't available, it is now. I hope you enjoy it. I won't be using it. That was day 5. Day 6, more Christmassy jumpers, lovely, and some antlers on one of the participants. And day 6, actually, I think is quite cool. So what they've brought in day 6 is video to advanced voice mode. So the ability to use your phone's camera and then just talk to advanced voice mode, and have the voice mode look around. Now, I think we've seen this on a few sort of OpenAI releases, launches over the last few months, but now it's available. So very cool. The voice mode stuff is really clever, and you could see that working really effectively through APIs, having conversations with people, communicating with your business, etc. So yeah, I think that's great. And the sort of fun bit that came on day 6 was Santa mode. So you can put it in Santa mode, and all of the responses are a bit ho ho ho. So let's have a look. Let's have a play. Okay, here we are in voice mode, and if you go to this button here, you can use voice mode, and it's listening to me, and it will. There we go.
Hello, how can I help you today?
Hello, there we go. Hi, how are you today?
I'm doing well, thanks for asking. How about you?
I'm great. Can you give me any insight into what is going to be in the rest of the 12 days of Christmas from OpenAI?
I'm not sure about the specifics of what OpenAI has planned for the rest of the 12 days of Christmas, but if you have any other questions or need help with something else, I'm here to help.
It's not very helpful. I thought you might have some insight.
I appreciate that. I'm always here if you have any questions or need assistance with anything else.
Okay, could you tell me what the football result was between Nottingham Forest and Aston Villa today?
I'm unable to provide real-time updates or the latest football scores. You can check the most recent match results on a sports news website or app for the latest information.
So you can't use search?
That's correct. I don't have the ability to search the web. If there's anything else I can help with, feel free to ask.
Thank you. So now let's have a look and see what Santa mode looks like. All right, we've got Santa now. Hi, Santa. Have I been naughty or nice?
Ho, ho, ho! It's wonderful to see. As for being naughty or nice, well, it's always important to be kind.
I hope so. I did get a bit annoyed by the fact that Sora wasn't available in Europe.
Ho, ho, ho! It's natural to feel a bit disappointed sometimes. The holiday season is about spreading love and joy.
I think Santa mode It's a bit annoying, but it's fun. And I like having the advanced voice mode available on my computer. Now, I can't show you the photo mode because that would require me to link up my phone to my computer, and I'm not quite sure I know how to do that quite yet. But it is quite cool, and I have tried it. You can turn your camera on, and then you can ask it to look at things in the room, and it will remember them, and you can ask it questions about that sort of stuff. So it's very cool. So day 6, yeah, pretty good. Okay, so here we are into day 7, and I have a bit of envy over the amount of hair this guy's got here and his headdress. That would be lovely. I had a haircut today. And day 7, really interesting. So, and I thought if we were really going to get something interesting, we might have had Sam back, but no, we don't. Day 7, we've got projects, and projects are a really cool thing in ChatGPT. So let's go and have a look. Okay, so over here on the left-hand side in ChatGPT, you have this new line here that says projects. You can create a new project, or you can go into one that you've already put together. And I've got one here. So as you know, I'm going on a holiday of a lifetime in January with Mrs. Professor. We're going interrailing across Europe. But what you can do is you can create effectively a folder, and you can change the color of the folder. You can change its name, etc. You can change what it looks like, make it green. And you can then keep all of your chats and data and documents all in one place around a specific chat. Now, as you know, my ability to organize my chats is absolutely dreadful. You can see I've got hundreds of them, and being able to create a folder with specific chats in and being able to go back to it, add to it, etc., really cool. So I think this is a really positive advancement for ChatGPT, and a big thumbs up from me for day 7. Okay, there we go, 7 days of Christmas. Now, I think it's been really cool. The fact that OpenAI have been launching things, I mean, some really big things. Sora, massive. New O1, enormous. Expanding canvas, great. Projects, superb. Some of it been a bit rubbish, but or no, not rubbish, but not relevant to me. But I really cool that OpenAI have done this, and I'm looking forward to see what comes in the remaining, 5 days of Christmas left. So that, I guess that'll be next week. So drop me a comment down below about what's been interesting for you out of the 12 days of Christmas. What would you be using now that it's available? Tell me about Sora. Is it available to you? Have you been using it? I haven't. Tell me about it. Have you thought it's good? If you don't have access to it because you're in Europe or the UK, tell me how that feels. Put some comments in below. So and let's start a conversation. That'd be really cool. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll put all of the different videos in down below. And if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and press the bell and give me a like, because then more people see it, more people watch my videos, and I'll keep producing them. I'll catch you soon. I've been the Professor. Bye bye for now.